Hi everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Nobody's Beauty Guru. Today I am here with Stars and Strikes, and this is going to be my eyeshadow palette edition. A lot of my eyeshadows that I did not love, I have already unhauled, so I don't have a ton of those to share with you. We're gonna start off with the stars, and these are ones that I know when I go to these palettes, I'm gonna come away with a look that I really, really love. And whether I need to pull in something different or not, these are just ones that I've really enjoyed. So these are probably ones that you've seen in my 1 month 1 palette as well. This Meetmatrimony is so good. These are just tones that I really like. This wasn't a 1 month 1 palette, so I've hit pan on a couple of these shadows. This is great as a companion. It's great for an all matte look. Just in general, I think the blendability and the consistency of these are really good. They're not overly powdery. You don't hit pan that easily. Trust me, I use the heck out of these colors to be able to hit pan. They blend it really nicely. They stay true to their color pigmentation. Then I have my Lorac Pro. This one is one that was, I think, January's 1 month 1 palette, and there's a ton of pan showing in here. I've got pan on black, on sable, on mauve, on cream, on champagne. I'm going to be using this for my sister's bridal makeup as well, so I have it in like a train case to go. But I do really like these. I think they're very easy to hit pan on. The shadows in this are not that deep. I think they work really well. They blend really nicely. Then I have the Anasazi Beverly Hills Self-Made palette. Now this is one where it's more of a consistency thing. I really like these shadows. I didn't hit pan on a ton of these. I have pan on 3 for the month. I have Buttery, Sherbet, and Treasure, but I do like the way these perform. I thought they blended nicely. I thought they worked really, really well. Probably need some other colors pulled into it because the only real transition crease shade that I found that I could use was this Sherbet, and then I could use Hot Chocolate as well. But this is pretty cohesive if you can get away with a more yellowy brow bone or setting powder. Other than that, it's a lot of shimmers. I would have liked to see more mattes mixed in, and some of the glitter is pretty extreme. And this black also has glitter, which I don't love in a palette. But Anasazi Beverly Hills is good in terms of quality. I will never pay full price for their single shadows because they're just too expensive in my opinion. Then I have another one. This was my palette for the entire year of 2016, at least since I started my channel. This is the Stila in the Light. I finished all of Bare over here. I've hit considerable pan on a lot of these shadows, and I loved this palette. I was able to use this for a full year and never get sick of it. So I still love this palette. This might be one that I still try to finish up and pan because using this was truly enjoyable. I loved working with it. I had no problem with it. I would definitely consider more Stila palettes in the future if and when I ever need more shadows. Then I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Again, this is an all matte palette. I have no interest in her shimmer palette, in case you were wondering. Any kind of a look that you would want. You've got like a warmer, neutral, cooler. You have like all of these different tones that you can use with other shimmer shadows. I just think it's a really good matte palette, and I like Kat Von D's formula. Definitely one that I recommend. And then last for my stars is my Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced. You guys have heard me say it 1,000 times. The only Too Faced palette that I own, but I really like this one. I don't have pan on anything, but I really enjoyed using this for my 1 month 1 palette. It smells delicious. The shadows work really well. They blend really nicely. I think there's a good configuration of mattes and shimmers in this. Everything from neutral to smoky, and I just love it. This is one of my faves, and I look forward to using this a lot more, maybe in a month where I actually wear makeup more. I didn't really hit pan on anything because it was a low makeup month for me. Then we have a couple of strikes. Mind you, these have made the culls, so they're not horrific. They're just not great. The first one is this e.l.f. Nude Rose Gold. This was my palette for July, and after filming my wrap up for that, I did hit pan on this shadow over here. This is not fantastic. The pigmentation on this is not great. The blendability on this is not great. It's doable. You could use this in a pinch. I used it for a full month and got looks that I was fine with, but I had to use my finger. I had to really pack stuff on. I had to wet a brush. I may or may not be keeping this. I'm honestly not sure at this point. Then I have another one that I used for a 1 month 1 palette, and that is the NYX Wanderlust palette. This one I will probably be decluttering. I don't see myself reaching for the blush highlighter or bronzer that's in this. I hit pan on a ton of these shadows within the month, and they were very powdery. They weren't very pigmented. I had to build them up a lot. The only shadow I did not hit pan on, and I was very close, was this gold color. This purple took a long time to build up to darken up anything. This rose gold is really pretty, so I may try to depot this before I get rid of it, but I have other rose gold, so I probably don't even need to do that. The quality on this was just not fantastic. I feel better when my collection's smaller, honestly, so I might get rid of those two palettes. Then I have one by the Balm, and this is the Balm Voyage Volume number 2. A bronzer, a highlighter, 2 blushes. You can use these all as eyeshadows as well, and then you have the eyeshadows up here. My issue with the Balm is that in their palettes like this, these pans are so tiny that it's really hard to get your brush in there, concentrate it. You have a matte here and a matte here. Those are your only matte shades. These also have very chunky glitter in them, and I never reach for it because of the absolute chunky glitter. The colors in here also don't draw me to this as a complete palette for one look, which makes me think that it's something I could very easily declutter. Then we have one that kind of bums me out, and that is the Carly Bible BH Cosmetics palette. This will be one that I keep anyway. I find that so many of these are so similar. The bronzer shades look a lot like the eyeshadow shades. Some of these eyeshadow shades dupe one another. The pigmentation's not bad, but in terms of a complete palette and a layout, these two almost match perfectly. And they almost match perfectly to this bronzer up there, which I can never use as a bronzer or a highlighter. There's just not enough diversity in this to make it usable for me on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I can go to this and get a full look, but I'm gonna get 1 or 2 looks out of this, and a lot of the colors are just way too similar, especially on the eyes. They blend out and look identical. So for me, this is just not a well put together palette. Even if the formulation is okay, they're usable. I just don't think that it's a great palette. Now, here's one that I think I'm going to be decluttering, and I've never really even used it. I still have an eyeliner and a pencil or a brush in here, but this is the Cargo Venice Eyes palette. Every one of these is shimmery. Carnival right here, Carnival is a matte, this plum color, but you can't get a full look out of this. They're gem toned, jewel toned. I can't go to this and get a full look. I was gonna keep this for fall and use this for fall looks. I'm never gonna reach for this, and I have to realize that I'm never gonna reach for this. So if I want these rusty colors, I have them other places. I need to probably just let this one go. I also have 2 other palettes that I need to discuss, and they are both Morphe palettes because I don't ever reach for these. I bought them because they're affordable, and I got them on Haute Look, and I figured, why not? This is the 35W palette, and this is the 35 Warm, and it is just like it says, 35 shadows. But we've got pinks, like bright, bright pinks I'll never use. This bluish silver color I'll never use. I don't think the performance is bad on these. I don't know because I don't really reach for it. I don't think I've ever used this on the eyes. I also have the 35S, which is 35 Shimmer. So this is the 35O that everybody went bananas over, but this is the all shimmer palette. Now these are gorgeous shimmers. The pigmentation is gorgeous. Paired with the Kat Von D Shade and Light, this would be amazing because that matte with this one would make gorgeous looks. I am going to probably end up keeping this one because I do love the shimmers in this, and I think they're all really, really beautiful. Some of these are kind of breaking. The shimmer in these, you know, it's a looser formula, so you have to be careful with this one. But I never remember to reach for it. This is not convenient to travel with. It's not convenient sometimes to pull out because I can't just pull this one thing out and have a look and be done. So this one I will be keeping. I will be getting rid of the 35W because I just don't reach for it. This is going to turn into part of an unhaul that you're going to see later. I think that these are not worth the investment even for their price point because I don't find myself reaching for them. So this was a mistake. I just don't ever reach for them. So that has been my Stars and Strikes for eyeshadow palettes. I can't wait to see what all the other ladies have decided to do for theirs. I will have everybody linked down below, as well as a list of the other categories that we're doing and the dates we're doing them on, so that you can check those out and join in if you would like. Be sure to leave me a comment down below with which one of these palettes is a star or a strike for you, or let me know another star and strike palette. That's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.